In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful, one person was doing exercises in the gym. He did feel during the exercise that something has gone wrong. He was of the view that maybe this is something trivial and I should complete Makota. He did complete because his body was warm enough and he was enthusiastic. He did complete the quota. But afterwards he was never able to go to the gym. He was employed in UAE, had to return back to the home, remained confined to the bed for several years, keep getting the treatment, and after the passage of few years, he was able to stand up his own feet, was able to stand to do the routine work, but still was unable to rejoin the gym here in Pakistan. Another person was a trainer of physical exercises and was a government employee. He used to train the youth, the schools, high school youths of the physical training. He, during an exercise, did feel something wrong, yet did complete the quota, but after that, he was never able to do that particular exercise and certain other exercises as well. So, what is the purpose of telling you this thing? Still, there are certain other people who are doing the work of charity. They are the philanthropists, they are the social workers. These social workers and these philanthropists actually sometimes they are trapped by by a guilty conscience, by a person who is a cheater, who is a fraudulent person. These people, these great people who are the lovable people, they must be appreciated a lot. They be followed, encouraged, and supported. These people are trapped by the unconscientious person. Why? Because they were slightly careless. While doing the work of charity, no matter how noble the work you are doing, I think there is a word of caution. Be slightly careful so that whatever good you are doing could become sustainable enough. You become able to continue it for the whole of your life. So that is something really necessary, useful. There are certain other things which are done just for the sake of gratification, which are done just for the sake of pleasure. Now these things I am of the view. Now these things I am of the view that these things must be done in a moderate capacity, in a moderate degree, not beyond that. Don't try to maximize the pleasure you are trying to achieve out of these works, these things of gratification. Rather, try to control yourself because it might lead to the self indulgence, because it might lead to any sort of addiction, because it might render you a person who is unable to accomplish something reasonably good, who become a redundant by the life. I think. I think don't go to the extremes at all. Don't go to the extremes at all. Particularly while doing the things of the gratification, you must not go beyond a moderate level. I'm not suggesting you that do start doing these things. Not at all. It up to you actually. You will do it according to your own temperament, according to your own psyche. That's fine. But simply what I'm suggesting you that if at all you are doing something else, whether it is that of the food, eating or drinking or whatever you are doing, I think if it is not that much appreciable, it must be reduced gradually, or at least it should be contained. And if at all you are unable to contain it, and it is growing, the habit is growing, it is going to overlap you. it is going to overlap you, it is going to become dominant upon your psyche, and you will become trapped in it, and you will become a kind of imprisoned person, and you will not be able to do the rest of the things in the proper manner. Maybe you will be able to, will not be able to carry on certain other good activities because of this addiction, because of this self indulgence. So whatever you are doing for the sake of your own gratification, whatever you are doing for the sake of your own pleasure, it must be done in a moderate level and not beyond that at all. Dear friends, if at all you do it that much, then it will make you a useless person, then it will make you a redundant person by the life. It is, then it is going to cripple you. You don't want to be crippled, nobody want to be crippled, I don't want to be crippled, nobody want to be crippled. Crippled a person does become once that person is addicted to something, once that person becomes so much of the self indulgent that they are unable to do the things which demand certain amount of struggle, which demand certain amount of pain, which demand certain amount of self discipline, which demand certain amount of initiative taking abilities and courage. So for that reason, I think so there must be a kind of moderation, no matter what you are doing, particularly the things which are being done just for the sake of pleasure, and there is no great cause, there is no important thing behind it at all. Whatever is pleasing you, I think it should be done in a moderation, in a moderate level, up to a certain degree and not beyond that at all. So this is something I think we should be keep in mind, because these are the small things, but it does, these are important and should be kept in the mind, should be practiced. Thank you.